Hello guys and welcome to the Drowsy Dragon. So it's time to give you a updated UI video. It's been a while since we've done one of these. So you may have heard that yesterday, Lucky One, the main guy behind ElvUI's development, recently announced that the popular UI replacement and customization add-on has had its production halted for midnight. And by now I'm sure you've heard that a lot of the add-on customization options, especially combat related, will not be available when midnight comes around because of Blizzard's tightening up on what add-on developers can see in terms of information that add-ons might need to read. Now this is quite a shame. I did think that with the changes to add-on restrictions, mainly being combat focused, that ElvUI would be okay. But we are involving things like nameplates and unit frames here, for example, which do play a bit of a role with incoming information during combat. It would be a sad situation to see ElvUI go. Myself, among many other players, have used this add-on for over 10 years now. And I've always been a huge fan of how minimal you can make your UI, and the fact that you can share it and import profiles and all the other good stuff that ElvUI brings. However, thankfully, about a month or so ago, with the possibility of this happening, I decided to remove ElvUI from my add-ons list and see what other add-ons I could use and combine to create a UI that I was happy with. It did take quite a lot of work, but here's what I managed to come up with. So I wanted to share my UI with you today, as well as any import strings that are available so you can copy this straight into your game if you wish to do so, because I can imagine a lot of people are in a similar situation to me, and moving away from ElvUI isn't the easiest thing to do when you've been used to it for so long. Okay, so the first place to start was setting up the base Blizzard UI using edit mode. So this is the layout that I was happy with. Now edit mode still needs some work, doesn't it? Like for example, being able to have certain action bars as mouse over only, or being able to hide the micro menu or the bag bar, for example, and some minimap control. But there are add-ons that we can combine here that can do those things. So the first add-on that I got was BetterBlizzFrames. Now, you can see how this looks with BetterBlizzFrames loaded. So this is currently a nice solution to the fact that the base Blizzard UI doesn't have some of the things that we wish it did have. You can simply skin it, so you can see here we've got the dark mode for the edges of most frames, including the action bars. There really are a ton of options with this add-on. Now, you may be thinking, well, what about in midnight? Will this add-on continue to work? So you can see this post here from the developer, Bodify, explaining what the plans are for midnight. Now, here's a look at all the settings that you can tweak using this add-on. It really is super extensive what you can do with this. So, you've got all the general settings regarding how the unit frames look and what information they can display. You've then got control for buffs, even being able to blacklist certain debuffs or buffs that ain't relevant to you. For example, if you've got a buff from a shirt, you can just turn that off if you don't need to see it all the time. It does also work with the new cooldown manager. Now I haven't personally tested this as it is a new feature to the add-on, but it's nice to see the options are there and being worked on. Fonts are also customizable, including the actual font itself, the size and the outline. You've got fully customizable cast bars and the ability to import and export profiles. This add-on is really comprehensive and a good option if you want to reskin your base UI frames. There's even the option to copy the frame setup from some popular WoW creators if you wish to do so, with these buttons here at the bottom. Personally, I chose the starter one to get the base settings locked in and then tweaked it as I saw fit. If you want to copy my settings, I'll get a link to the import code in the description of this video, or jump into the Discord and it'll be there too. So one thing that ElvUI also made really clear was the item level of your gear and of people that you inspected. And when you get rid of ElvUI, you lose that as well. So to combat the loss of this information being shown, the add-on simple item level works really well. It's quite a neat add-on that shows the eye level nicely for both the character panel and the inspect panel. One very good add-on I recommend is MBB, or Minimap Button Bar. It gets all those add-on buttons that are going around your minimap into one nice pop-out menu. So it keeps the minimap tidy and saves you having to turn off each of these add-ons minimap buttons individually. So MBB, very good add-on. Next we've got Leatrix Plus. Now this add-on also does a ton of different things. You've got some automation options, you've got various social settings, tweaks that make editing other things such as the chat window more intuitive. You've even got some system settings such as being able to control the weather density or muting mount sounds. There's tons to customize here, and the menu is very easy to navigate with tooltips explaining what each add-on does when you mouse over them. And you can also combine this with Leatrix maps as well. Now this makes some improvements to the base map and adds customization to it. It's quite handy here being able to unlock the map so you can move it around, and also to look into unexplored areas of the map if you wish to do so. So bags. Now the ElvUI bags were decent, but I actually never used those. An incredible replacement bag add-on, if you're looking for one, that I highly recommend is Baganator. Now you do need to download the add-on Syndicator in order for this bag add-on to work. This is super customizable, it's very nice looking, it's got lots of handy functions. One thing, for example, is you can sell all of your junk items in one click. It does of course work for the bank and the warband bank as well. This is genuinely the best bag add-on I've ever used in all of my years of World of Warcraft, so Baganator, I highly recommend. As for a nameplate add-on, I am using Plater for the time being. I did have my own profile that I just customised to the way that I liked it. If you want quite a popular Raid and Mythic Plus setup for Plater, you can install Jundies, which you can find on Wago. I will link to that in the description below as well. Now I'm using Plater for the time being. It's a very good add-on for nameplates, perhaps the best one currently being used. I'll likely swap over to the default Blizzard nameplates when they get added in, but we'll see how that goes. Now one add-on that's absolutely worth a mention here is Plumber. It's an incredibly good quality of life add-on. It does quite a lot of different things. Now, I first became aware of Plumber back in Dragonflight, and it made the use of the Dream Seeds and the Emerald Dream super easy and nice to look at. And since then it's been updated by its developer PeterDocs quite extensively. Now big shout out to PeterDocs here, as he's also the developer of Narcissus, that popular sort of transmog add-on that you can use to model your characters in various ways and show off your transmog sets. Absolutely fantastic add-on, so nice to look at and use, and incredible functions too. So Plumber sometimes automates processes, it can also reskin various things and just change the UI for some elements as well. For example, you can have this nice little loot window skin that pops up, which you can control as you see fit. This brilliant expansion summary window, so you can track what activities you are currently doing and which ones you've done for the week, for example. This is definitely a highlight of the add-on, by the way. And you've got so much quality of life improvement packed into one add-on with all of these other settings. Plumber, for me, is definitely a must, and again, highly recommend this add-on. So that's the UI that I landed myself with currently. Now, I'm not going to lie, it did take quite some getting used to. Even when I was visually happy with it, when I jumped into a Mythic Plus key for the first time, it was a bit of a nightmare. So there was definitely some tweaks to be made after getting used to playing with the UI as it was. So for the add-ons that allow it, I'll leave my import string in the description below, but do as well jump into our Discord using the link in the description, because you can find them in our Discord there as well, and also ask any questions if you want to do so. We do also have a guild on the EU servers now that you can join if you're looking for a guild. We are a cross-faction guild on Ravencrest EU, but you can join from any server, from any faction, so feel free. The best way to join us is to come into our Discord and ask about the guild in the general chat there. Hopefully, we'll see you there. Thanks for watching, guys. I've been the Drowsy Dragon, and I'll catch you next time. Cheers.